Hey everyone, I'm Cynthia Kane. Welcome back. So, as we close out the year, many of us are carrying conversations that did not go the way that we hoped, words we wish we could have taken back, things left unsaid, moments that still sting a little bit in the body. And today we're going to just gently see if we can relax a little around this, release the emotional residue from 2024 so that we can enter into 2025 clearer, calmer, more grounded in your communication. So, first of all, what is emotional residue? So, emotional residue is the leftover energy from a conversation that was not resolved or a conversation that wasn't expressed clearly. And the emotional residue usually shows up as replaying the moment in our heads over and over and over again. It can show up as tightness and discomfort around the person when we're with them or the group of people when we're with them again. It can show up as avoiding certain topics so we don't rock the boat. It can show up as reacting quickly because of something old, not not something new, but really because of something that happened in the past. And we all carry this. We all do this because we are all human. But when we don't clean it out, we really start responding to life through the lens of last year's hurts instead of this year's clarity. So, oftentimes within our interactions, a lot of the reason why we are reactive is because we are reacting from past experiences, things that we actually have not resolved or dealt with or talked to. And so, what we want to try to do just kind of towards the end of the year here is see if we can relax around some of what we are continuing to hold on to that's creating maybe more passive aggressive behavior, more lashing out, more irritability, more frustration. So, why letting go matters, right? Letting go, it doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It definitely doesn't mean saying that the conversation that happened was okay. All it means is that you're choosing not to let it live really rent free in your mind or body anymore. You're choosing not to give it so much attention or energy where it's dragging you down, kind of exhausting you, and you're feeding into it. It really means you're making space for healthier communication instead of staying stuck in old loops of resentment, old loops of confusion, or even, self-judgment that we do. So releasing is really an act of self-care. It's really an act of self-compassion. It frees your words, it frees your energy, and your emotional bandwidth. You create more space by letting go of that, which is making it more difficult for you to connect. So, the release practice that we'll do, it's basically you're going to name it, you're going to notice it, and then you're going to release it. So, the first thing is to name it. So, bring one conversation to mind right now, just one conversation. And that is a conversation or a moment that still feels really unfinished or heavy. And when you have it, I want you to just quietly say to yourself, this conversation is still taking up space. This conversation is still really bugging me. It's really frustrating me. I'm still feeling stressed by it. I'm feeling overwhelmed by it. It really is taking up a lot of space in my mind. It's taking up space in my body. Okay. So we're just going to name it. So naming it really takes it out of, you know, the shadows, let's say, and into our awareness. So we've named it. We're still bothered by it. So the second part now is we're going to notice. So now we're going to notice where that residue, where that energy, that emotion, where does it live in the body? So is it in your jaw? Maybe it's your belly, maybe it's your chest, your shoulders. Often for me personally, it's like my chest. Like conversations just sit in my chest. Difficult interactions I've had where I've reacted in ways I didn't want to, or I've said things I definitely didn't mean to say in the heat of the moment. Everything just sits right here. So notice where it is in your body. Where's that conversation in your body? And breathe into that space. And see if you can just let it soften just a little bit. You don't need to force anything. You're just acknowledging what's here, right? Just breathing into that space, acknowledging what's here, noticing the tightness around it, noticing, okay? Then what you're going to do after we've noticed it, you're going to release it, right? Or at least let it become even so it's not taking up all this space. It's no longer charged. So you're going to place your hand over the area where it's at, right? And you can, rub the area. It can be your jaw, right? And you're just going to silently say to yourself, even though I'm still feeling a lot around this conversation, I still like myself. Even though I'm feeling a lot around this conversation, I'm still a good person. And even though I'm still feeling a lot around this conversation, I don't need to carry this into the new year with me. I can release this conversation. I can let go of the conversation. And even though I feel a lot of tension in this area or stress in this area, I can release that tension and stress. I can feel calm right now. I can feel confident. I can release the tension, the replaying, the pressure to fix what's already passed. And I'm going to choose clarity moving forward. And just take one slow breath in and a long breath out. And see if you can just visualize the conversation leaving your body. Okay, you're visualizing that interaction leaving your body through the out breath. And if it helps, maybe you can write down, right? You can write down what you wish you had said in that conversation. You can write down what you wish you hadn't said in that interaction, and also what you now understand about yourself and what you want to practice differently moving into 2025. And just know that this isn't for the other person. This is really for you. This is how you can clean that emotional slate. And if for some reason it's still there, it's still hanging on, that is okay, because what that actually means is that there's a conversation here that you need to have. And once we know that, that's fantastic, because then we can actually think about what that conversation looks like, what we need to ask for, what we need to share, and we become way more intentional around that conversation because we have clarity around what it is that we want and what it is that we need. Okay? So, you really deserve to walk into the new year with a grounded sense of clarity and calm within your communication, and letting go in this way, naming it, noticing it, releasing it is really the doorway to do that. If you want to go further into these practices with me, go ahead and join my Mindful Communication Insider, or you can check out my books. I'll put the links below, and I also have lots of audio courses that you can check out as well. I'll put the link below there. All right. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.